Welcome to another episode of Mr. Therapist and the Counselor Podcast. We are your guide to personal recovery, whether you're dealing with an addiction, a mental health issue, or you're just trying to figure some things out in life. We empower your growth through honest conversations and demystifying the process of therapy. I'm Manny Romero, Jesse O.
This week on Time Sessions, we discuss fear. Also, we talk about the psychology of horror films.
Damn. Please follow us and subscribe and share the show if you find some value. Let's go.
We're here. Another week. Another exciting week. What did they say? Same shit, different day. Not here.
No.
On Mr. Therapist and the Counselor.
Same day, different shit.
Oh, to our viewers, it's a secret, but it's not.
No.
What's going on?
Not much, dude. What is going on? What's going on with you?
I'll tell you what's going on.
How's the little one?
She's good. I don't want to talk about her. Let's talk about Halloween, though.
That's fucked up. Yeah.
Are you a big Halloween guy?
What is she going to be for Halloween?
She's going to dress up as, we're going to do a Flintstones thing.
Oh.
You know the Flintstones?
So white.
Who would you prefer we be?
I don't know.
Like the Cesar Chavez family or
Selena.
what?
Selena's big.
Yeah, that's, I
the dad's into band.
You're right.
You know, yeah.
Maybe I remember thinking, but like who would I be like for the three of us?
You'd be the dad.
I'd be the dad.
She'd be Selena. And then Shannon could be Selena's sister. She's a drummer.
So,
All right.
Did your parents used to dress you up when you were a kid?
Yeah, I feel like I was always a vampire. Yeah, I think I was because it was easy. It was like just buy some teeth.
That was it.
Cape, and then
easy to go.
Oh, and then one day I was a Scream Scream Mask. Is that the name of the villain? Scream?
No, I don't think it's called Scream Mask.
Yeah, it is Scream Mask.
No, it's Scream.
Yeah.
But
what's it called? Ghost
Face Killer. No, he's in Wu-Tang Clan, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Ghostface. I think it's just Ghostface.
Ghostface.
Please, if you're listening, you subscribe to this episode, will you please let us know who the killer in Scream is, like the actual name of it?
It's Scream Mask.
I'm pretty sure it's not Scream Mask, just like I know it's not Ghostface Killer.
Okay.
Can you name off like any of the members of Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Give me at least two. Give me two. Give me two.
Okay. You're going to put me on the spot right now?
Yeah, that's right.
Ghostface Killer.
I just said that one. You can't do that.
Oh.
Name two members of Wu-Tang Clan now.
Redman.
He's not in.
Method Man.
Method Man's in there.
And,
come on.
Q-Tip.
We're going to continue on. He's in Tribe Called Quest. So you could have went with the RZA or the Jizza. Or you could have went with Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh, he's Old Dirty Bastard in it?
Yeah, so there's some other.
Not big on Wu-Tang. I mean,
obviously.
I love Wu-Tang.
Protect your neck.
I just don't know about an album. I wasn't a fan. Never went to a Protect Your Neck. I thought that was Busta Rhymes. Wasn't Busta Rhymes?
People are probably not caring about this anymore, but we're going to continue because we were going to talk this week. I guess we could start the clock right now.
Let's do it.
The conversation, the time of year, I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of fear. Before we went into fear, though, I wanted to ask you, do you like scary movies?
I want to say...
Oh, the clock has started, may I say. The session is on.
Okay.
Do you like scary movies?
I want to say no. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. No, I don't.
What kind of movies do you like? You told me again?
I like suspense.
Suspense.
I like drama.
So before we recorded this, he told me, Manny's like, I like action films, and I like, what else did you say?
Thrillers.
No, you didn't say thrillers.
Thriller.
I had to talk you into thrillers.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I said it's suspense.
But you like action movies
drama.
because they're mindless, you said, right?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, then
correct
me.
They're easy to consume. You know, it's like I'm inattentive as hell. So.
You have ADHD.
One thing, I don't know. I got tested, and no, I don't. apparently, but I have no idea.
I don't know why you give me so much attitude on it. Like,
because I think the test results were bullshit, but it's okay. You know what? I'm dealing with it. But yeah, you know what? I just, action is so easy for me because you go from one thing to the next to the next. I think I know what I don't like. Because scary movies, when I'm thinking of scary movies, I'm thinking of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm thinking of like, what's that movie where they go to the beach? It's with, I think it was with Paul Walker, where they're like in the blue or in the deep or something like that, right? In the deep. Is that a movie that they had? Paul Walker? No,
it's not a horror.
It's not a horror movie. Oh. Never mind.
Sorry. There's a movie.
Well, there's
there's a movie with Paul Walker and Jessica Alba.
Yes.
Which I was like, Jessica Alba in that movie there was nothing scary about that movie whatsoever. They go in the water, but there's nothing in
They don't get attacked?
I don't know. I think they just go diving a lot.
Oh.
What movie are you thinking about?
I don't know. There's one movie I'm thinking about where they get attacked
by sharks?
Yeah.
But
Not Jaws.
Okay, yeah, Jessica Alba or Paul Walker.
Anyway, so I'm thinking of that.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like Freddy Krueger. You know what I mean? So I think that.
So you're thinking slasher films.
Slasher films.
That's what they call the genre.
There's ones where there's like these little puppet dolls and like the dolls come to life, and even like I'm gonna get so much heat for this, but it was not even scary. Like it was kind of dumb, you know. So anyway. I have this attitude towards scary films.
You got an attitude about scary.
And I it's not, you know, I got to look into that because I just, you know, I don't hate them. I just I just don't have a good relationship with them. I think it's the thrill in it is cool and all, but there's a lot of downtime in scary films. There's like times where it's like they want to trick you like things are okay, or like, you know, it's just like someone's just like I'm cooking, everything's fine, and then boom, something's gonna happen. And I just think it's boring a little bit, and then it's just it takes a lot of time to build up. And
anybody that's listening to this, I'm going to ask you to please do this. I want you to send your suggestions of scary movies to Manny Romero,
yes. Mr.
Therapist. I want you to give him like some suggestions because before we started, I asked you a couple things. I was like, have you seen The Conjuring? Have you seen The Shining? Yeah. But I think these are more.
Not watched those, by the way.
Yeah, they're more suspenseful films. Well, I was going to ask you why. Okay, so you don't like scary movies. I do like myself a scary movie.
I feel like when you say that, you make me sound afraid of scary movies, and I
am not assuming anything right now. I don't think you're
no,
scared.
I don't think you. But I think the way, like, whenever I tell people I don't like scary movies, they're like, oh, like, you know, that's cute. You know, you don't like scary movies. But I'm like, no, it's not because I'm scared of them. It's just because. Like they're just,
by you bringing this up makes me think, is there something to that?
No, I'm not scared of scary movies.
Why do you think people like scary movies? Maybe you're not maybe you should ask me this.
Yeah. Why do you like scary movies?
I do like scary movies. So
okay.
I guess it's safe. So intense. Why? So I think that I mean, why do we watch movies in the first place?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make this. Why do you like scary movies,
okay,
bro?
I say because it's an escape, right?
Okay.
So watching scary movies for me is an escape. Maybe there's a thrill that I'm seeking that I can't get outside of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously don't. Maybe you don't. Obviously, maybe I'm into some kinky shit here and you don't know. But like, I don't want somebody with a mask chasing me around with a knife.
Why are you into serial killers?
I'm not into serial killers.
If you're watching the show, please look back at our previous episodes.
So
Jesse's into serial killers.
But I like scary movies. I think are a good escape, like any type of movie or TV show. I guess I could reference like The Walking Dead. I think that's kind of like a horror thriller. I mean, there's zombies in it. So, but that's
more.
But the characters, okay,
thriller. It's not horror.
Okay, so I think people like scary movies because of escape. I also read like somewhere that scary movies sometimes. It's like emotional regulation. Like you watch something that's really intense, really scary, like a really scary movie. And I'm not talking about. I'm not trying to knock like 80s slasher films, but sure, if you see Jason, the guy with the hockey mask, you know what I'm talking about? Like he never dies. He keeps coming back and he keeps coming back. But like if you watch some of the more intense movies that's come out like that of the horror genre, I think there's a lot of like thinking to it and like feeling in it, and like to go,
Yeah.
wow, this very intense moment happened. Like, how do I feel? How stressed out I am? How scared am I? So I think there is like an idea of like emotional regulation with watching like horror films. No, okay, I don't watch horror films for that reason. I think like this time of year, we're around Halloween. I think sometimes you just kind of get in the season. It's kind of like when you watch like a Christmas movie, you're like, I'm gonna throw on Elf or A Christmas Story.
Hallmark Channel.
You're a fan?
No, but my wife is. So I'm gonna watch it with her. You know,
Right.
I'm a good husband, supportive.
That's good, man.
Yeah, engaged.
Yeah. So I think it also like with scary movies, I think you kind of like I might watch Halloween because I'm like, oh, it's Halloween time, and I think of like.
Do you think you'll still watch scary movies even with like Violet?
I've thought about like what I will show my daughter. I will not show my daughter. I don't know yet. I don't think I will. I don't know how I'm gonna introduce a lot of that stuff. I don't know how I'm gonna introduce like music or like movies or media in some sense. She already gets because she sees it on like a platform, through like our TV or our phones and tablets. So, but I don't know. I don't know.
These days, I'm watching like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm watching Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. But those aren't really that
Halloween time. Well, because I got a.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be throwing on like Mike Myers, like stabbing teenagers when she's like in a couple years. But,
what's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I think, man, it just depends on like, I guess I think one of the best like horror thriller movies is probably The Shining. It's really intense.
Is that the one that you with Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
So I'm always so traumatized of naming actors because I don't really. But is that the one that like when we first started this podcast that you wanted to be called The Counselor? Because
no, that's that's Cape Fear. That's Cape Fear.
Okay,
so, but jumping off the scary movie thing, I wanted
one last thing. Is The Island considered a scary movie? Leonardo DiCaprio, The Island, Shutter Island. Yeah.
Okay, we were really going down a rabbit hole. So Leonardo DiCaprio was in a movie called The Beach, and he was also in Shutter Island. Okay. So
yeah, Shutter Island. Is that a scary movie?
It's like a suspenseful movie, thriller. Yeah, okay. You like thrillers?
I'm trying to throw a bone here, you know.
Once again, Manny Romero suggestions for scary movies. See if we could change his mind on that. But this time of year, you don't like to be scared, though, right?
I like to be scared.
Okay, all right. So you do like to be scared.
Yeah, I'll go into a haunted house for sure.
Okay, why do you like to be scared?
Why? I like the challenge of like, can this actually scare me? Like, yeah. So, the thrill, I guess, of like the emotion of like, ooh, that was scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do.
It's like kind of a thrill sinking a little bit by going to like a haunted house or a maze, and you're
same
just
as
kind
like going to a roller coaster or like
yeah. Different kind of feeling. An experience, but we're trying to trigger some type of emotion, right?
Yes.
So okay. So I also wanted to talk because this time of year, with things being scary or they can be scary. I wanted to talk about fears.
Wait, hold on. What are you gonna be for Halloween?
I just the Flintstones. You told me how white it was gonna be.
You're all gonna do the.
Yeah,
Flintstones.
we're all gonna do the Flintstones. Okay, yeah. So what are you gonna be for Halloween?
What's the Flintstones guy's name?
Fred?
Fred. Yeah. Not Bart. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna dress up for Halloween, but I think my daughter is gonna be Belle. So actually she's gonna be a tiger or a leopard. Something like that.
You gotta figure this shit out, dude.
She'll be a leopard. She's gonna be a leopard.
You're not gonna dress up in the spirit?
No, I'm not actually. Because I'll tell you why.
Tell me
There's
why.
a story behind this. I think we have time. So I'm not dressing up because last time I tried to dress up for Halloween, I tried to be Clark Kent, Superman. But not Superman himself. I tried to be Clark Kent. I was like, this will be like kind of nice, So I wore I did my hair like Clark Kent. I put glasses on. I had the suit on. And then I go to my friend's house and he's like, bro, you look like a freaking Mexican politician. So, a little trauma from that.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it's okay.
I want to help you work on that, dude.
It was fun. It was funny. Yeah.
So that experience has turned you off from dressing up this
year.
I
just want to skip a year,
Okay.
Give myself some time to recover.
Okay. Is Mia, she bummed that you're not dressing up?
No, she hasn't told me to. Okay. I think she's too focused on herself, and her sister dressing up together.
So we're gonna talk about fear a little bit
sorry,
here.
thank
That's
you,
okay, no problem. So what are you scared of?
So we're talking about like real fears, like
Yeah, like
we're
I'm
getting
not.
deep. We're changing it up.
Yeah, I'm
here,
not talking
getting
about
deep.
like falling asleep and Freddy Krueger shows up in
Okay.
your nightmares. So
Yeah.
I mean, I can go first if you want to think about it. So
I mean, I got something. I'm scared of losing. Like, I'm scared of a couple things. I'm scared of losing.
hold up. Before you say that, let's take kids off the table.
Asshole. I'm like getting into this.
No,
right
I'm sorry.
now.
No, because when I had this conversation with somebody else, I was kind of
Why are you
processing
taking kids off the
because I
table?
think that's the direct fear we're gonna have as parents, right?
Okay.
Something bad happens to your kids, like them being
Yeah,
harmed or like.
yes.
So I think that's really like. I don't want to say that that's an easy thing to share because yeah, of course, I'm talking about our own personal fears as.
Give me an example. What's your fear?
Sometimes I'm afraid that like somebody I love won't love me back.
Okay.
The fear of rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fear that like my intimate close relationships with people, they're not real, they're not genuine.
Damn, that's deep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think because I mean I grew up on like rejection. I mean probably a lot of us have, but like the idea of like we want to trust in people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean I want to trust in
need
people.
to.
We want
Security,
to, right?
safety.
And when we can't trust people, it's a bit of a disappointment. So like the idea of like that fear that like what I give to people won't be reciprocated. Now, I don't want to say it's like it's seeking validation. The fear of like being validated.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm touching on because I know
Not being loved?
Huh?
Would you say like not being loved?
Yeah, just not being loved. Like
Accepted?
I think accepted, and you hear a lot of people say like I don't, I think there's a carefree mentality to be like I don't care what people think of me. There's an extent to that when people are judgmental, like extremely judgmental in a negative way. Like, yeah, I don't really need to hear those people up in the rafters talking shit. Like, they're just spectators in my life. But
you need to know that some people care about you and love you. I feel like evolutionary speaking, we need that, right, to survive. And so it's something that it's a universal need. Everyone needs to be loved, accepted, cared for. I mean, I resonate with all that. When you said that, I was like, actually, I mean, in the context you're asking me what I'm scared of, like I same, I'm probably not being loved doesn't really hit as hard for me as like not being accepted, not being I almost want to say like being ridiculed, like being like, like where people don't take me serious, they don't have that like maybe like a respect for me as an individual. I think that's like something I'm scared of, especially as I'm growing a business, I'm doing more things like in a group type of setting, and so like that's a big fear that stops me sometimes. It's like,
is that a goal for you to be respected by people?
I think it's a goal. Maybe not directly be respected by people, but I hope to have enough respect for what I do and the work that I do that like I would help people, and that because I help people, like it's respected. Yeah.
Do you think like I was gonna say the whole respect thing? I don't know if you remember this. I used to run a group at a program we worked at, and I would tell people you don't have to respect me. But you have to respect the process. And I always thought that was an interesting. I don't know why I said that. I think it was kind of like I was trying to like
zinger, dude.
It's kind of one of those things like, look past me, look past like the person that's running this group or this activity. Like think about the experience.
I think about like you can get mad at me. You don't have to like everything I say. Yeah.
Just because I'm the face of this right now I'm just like a part of the story. Like I'm not.
Someone challenged you on that, right? Like,
I think I've been challenged on that, but it wasn't. I don't remember. I remember it being a positive experience. I mean, I do respect you because I respect the process, which was. I'm not trying to compliment myself like in this moment, but like, and I appreciated that feedback as well because I think maybe by like, it doesn't sound like I'm being it right now, but by being humble and saying it, I'm not I'm not a part of this. I'm present in it. I'm next to it, but like this is your experience. I think that maybe that's what they saw. So I kind of took a step back out of it. But of course, at the core of it, do I want to be respected? Of course I do.
Yeah.
But is that something like you need and want?
I think so. I think that's a universal need to be respected, to be like not respected like like a king or like to be looked up to, but like
some Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, not like that exactly. Like right, you don't
got a Joffrey vibe.
Like Scar with like the hyenas, like dun, 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 dun. But
what was that song?
Dun, 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 dun. Google would find it.
Okay.
But to be respected as a human. To be like I have human rights. I have the right to feel certain things. I have the right to think certain things. Like respect is important for people. Yeah. Like to be valued pretty much, right, as an individual for what you bring to the table. And can I add to my answer?
Yes.
Because I think this is digging a deeper place for me as you're asking me, as we're processing. I'm scared of letting my family down. Like not even my mom or my dad, as much as my wife and my kids. Like I'm really scared of letting them down, and that fear drives me as an entrepreneur. Like it's sometimes like I'm scared shitless that I'm gonna mess something up in the business, or like that I'll have to that I won't make it in the private practice or in the goals that I have for me and for my family, and that I'm gonna let them down because they depend on me.
Were you allowed to be scared growing up? Were you allowed to show fear growing up? Was that an accepted emotion?
I don't remember it being not accepted, but I remember always being scared growing up. Like being scared of being punished, being scared of being hit by the belt, being scared of being laughed at. I think my family my family talks a lot of shit, and they point out your flaws, and they like to crack jokes about people. It's stuff that I picked up from them, right? And so sometimes I was at the butt end of that joke, and so I think I remember being scared to be called out on something. My mom, to this day, she tells me when she thinks I look fat. And, I have some body image issues because of that. Like, I'm scared to get fat. I'm scared to get fat, dude. Like, literally, like, I swear to God, like, I'm scared to get fat. Like,
it's
crazy.
It's interesting. Like, I have, like, body image issues as well. And, like, a lot of issues when it comes to, like, just how I look. But I was never, like, talked down negatively, like, as a kid. But I believe, just through my assessment and, like, my experience in this field is, like, and processing some of this is like all my fears are like tied around abandonment and rejection. So any type of, when I see people, I feel like a lot of people are so accepted by how they look. Like it seems like beautiful people get a pass a lot of times. So and beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but a lot of times it is. It's like it's like all joking aside, like good looking people get away with a lot of things that ugly people can't get away with. And when I say that's kind of like cold, like to say ugly people, I just mean like what you say like is what you perceive as like beautiful, and probably all have like an image of like what's good looking, but a lot of it is shown on our reels or like what we look at like on the internet. But I think
the thing that's cool to know, and I know this in my heart, I believe this in my heart, I'll say, is I think even beautiful people like are scared of the same shit we're scared of. Like I think they're scared of being not accepted, not loved, they're insecure in some ways of rejection as well.
So we're all people at the end of it, so just because you got a happy face or a pretty face doesn't mean it's a happy face.
Exactly. So I think they could connect with, like, I'm sure we got some beautiful followers and viewers and listeners who are listening, like, I get it. And
everybody's beautiful, man, I'll tell you that. So
that's true. Beauty is more than looks. So
most definitely. So so once again,
wait, hold on one second, dude.
Can
we talk about this? Like, do we have time?
We're actually out of time here.
Shit,
what were we gonna say?
I wanted to talk about this group you love to run, Fear in a Hat.
So real quickly here, I will say this: Fear in the Hat
is a group
where basically you put all your fears You cut up, like you write down your fears and you put them in a hat.
This will be a cool exercise to do with family, by the way.
It
if
is
you're
a
a
very
family
cool
person, yeah.
It's a very cool exercise, but working in the mental health addiction field, it's a very like, it would be like a very basic group, like a good starter group.
Yeah.
To where like I would talk a lot of shit.
We're very ego-driven counselors and therapists, so like, so we will talk shit if you run fear in a hat.
So fear in the hat, right? Okay.
What are you new here, buddy?
Yeah, is this your first week out of like class or something like that? So, but no, but it is also like, as I was saying to you, like off camera, is that like it is really actually a very impactful group because to sit down and discuss your fears in an open, like honest setting, hopefully. And see that people, there are fears that we just don't talk about. Like, I remember when I first ran like one of those groups back in the day, because I would never do that group present day because I'm so damn experienced. But like, people would like write down snakes or spiders, and I'm just like, okay, all right, this is some really surface stuff. Like, but then like,
what is fear in a hat? Describe it for the listeners.
What is?
Yeah, like what is the structure? Like how do you do fear in a hat?
You get a hat.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Harry Potter type hat,
yeah,
or any kind of. You can get a beanie. You do fear in a beanie.
Fear in a bucket.
People get a piece of paper. They write down like their fears.
Yeah, they hide it, right? They don't put their name on it.
No, they don't put their name on it because you don't have to like say what your fear is, but you put it in that
bucket or hat
or beanie, and then you draw it, and so each member
someone else can draw it.
Somebody else could draw. They would draw the fear, and we'd say, "Hey, all right." So that we'd ask that person who draw the fear. It might not be theirs, but how do you relate with the fear, or say the fear out loud? There's different.
And why
ways.
is it valuable? Why is that a valuable process? You think?
I think it is. Once again, it's connecting on something that we don't usually talk about.
Yeah, when people have something they're scared of, sometimes they don't know that there's other people who are scared of the same thing, and shedding light on that can really give someone, just make them feel that fear a little smaller, right? A little more manageable. So,
another fear of mine.
What is it?
Fear of running out of time. We'll see you next week.